Hi, everybody. I think we're live, and it's Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We are a cloud nation, an emerging nation. Been around for about 4 years already, but we're still emerging. We have been putting in very, very solid foundations, and we're now expanding our economy to benefit all our citizens through the improved liquidity and value of our currency. All our citizens get free handouts of our currency every month. And anybody can be a citizen. Just come along, register, prove you're a real person. That's it. There's no obligation. There's no fee. So there's no reason not to be a citizen. Come along with a positive mental attitude, a willingness to share love and abundance, and you'll be finding that you fit in really well. When you do join, we don't pigeonhole you for any reason, not because you're fat, thin, old, young, black, white, male, female, or any other reason. We just see everybody as a human being, part of one big family of humanity. We recognize that all human beings are unique, have something unique to offer our community, and therefore of equal value to our community, all equally loved and treated. Okay, it's the way things should be. It's what we call a non-separatist ideology. We'll be getting started in a moment with a little affirmation to help us with that ideology. Before that affirmation, we'll have a very short prayer to help us find what everybody wants in life. And that's not money, it's happiness, okay? It's better to be with money than without money, but it's happiness that we all seek. And that real, true, lasting happiness, not the temporary joy you get from a holiday or a new car or moving to a new neighborhood or whatever else. The real, pure, lasting happiness that you get is through loving service to others. And that is the only way to achieve it. And the great thing about it is when you go about life in that way, everything that you want and need in life starts to flow to you. You don't have to chase after it, worry about it, stress out after worrying how you're going to pay your bills or whatever. It'll all just happen for you. And so that's what our little prayer is about when we get started in a moment. We should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, X, and our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Updates. And yesterday, the streaming on a YouTube wasn't working. And I thought it was my technical ineptness because I'm well known for not being very technical. And for this occasion, it wasn't. There was an email came from the app we use, StreamYard, this morning saying that they had issues because YouTube had changed their API and various things had happened. I didn't really understand what it was all about, but it was all to do with that, and it's been corrected now. So the fact that it wasn't streaming on YouTube yesterday wasn't my fault, okay, for once. Right, so we are on YouTube today, and hopefully all is going well. And we've got Colin in from South Africa. We got Ron from Amsterdam, Holland. We got Lewis from Portugal. We got Don from Canada. And we got a few people in from Facebook. And we've got Maureen on Facebook, who is an enigma, really. Not Maureen herself, but the way that Facebook normally blocks everybody's ID on the app. But Maureen's comes through for whatever reason. So she's in on Facebook. Normally we get things like this, just Facebook user, and we don't know who they are. So we will be heading over to Facebook in a moment. That's where we get most of the comments, and that will enable us to see who the people are. Ron's letting me know it's working fine now. Yeah, I mean, StreamYard said it should be okay today, and they apologized for yesterday, but it wasn't them. It was YouTube changing permissions on their API or something. Okay. So we might as well crack on and get started. I'm going to head over to Facebook right now. I'm going to make sure my speakers are off first of all, so that we don't get feedback when I get to Facebook. And then I'm going to head over to Facebook. And when I get there, I'll be looking for the group We Share Abundance updates. And then for the 11th, I think, isn't it? Yeah, 11th. So far, so good. We should get the comments panel opening up, and we do. How about that? We got Verna in from South Africa. Maureen, you've already seen from London. She doesn't know how she does it. I don't know how she does it, but she appears as a real person in the app, which other Facebook users don't for whatever reason. Okay, we've got Derek in from Nigeria, Bozina in from Scotland, capital Edinburgh, Norman from Doncaster in England, Walter from Namibia, and Kingsley from Manchester, UK. So let's get started right away with that short prayer, short affirmation, and then we'll let you know where we are with the updates and what's been going on today. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, each member finds the joy of service, and through service attracts true happiness and everything they want and need into their lives. Amen. And our little affirmation: we are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. Right. Let me get the numbers out of the way first, so I don't forget them. We have a net increase of 27 in our registered members to 41,918. We have an increase of 5 in our active members to 2,179. And we have no change at all in Multiply Weezer, apart from a few cents that we got from logging in from the revenue share. And I can see we've got somebody else. We've got Steve Bryant in from, he did tell me, Canterbury? I don't know. Can't remember exactly, but England anyway. Okay, right. Yesterday, I mentioned that we were getting an awful lot of our pool of members used up through the free entries, which is fine, as long as we find ways that we can replenish that pool to make sure that we don't slow the program down. And the way that the program is operating now, we're going to run out of that pool very quickly, within a month, even though there's 40,000 odd people in there. The situation is that we need to get more people to, one, when they get a free entry, put in their loved ones. Why wouldn't they want to? I don't know. But a lot of people don't. They just sit back and say, oh, okay, I'm just going to leave it, and the system does it for them. And that's okay. But it does run the pool down much more quickly, and I can't understand why people don't want to, give everybody that they know the benefit of something that is totally free, that will make them money. So we are going to encourage that in a few ways, and we're going to change one or two things. One of the things that happens is we get a lot of people, and once again, I'm not criticizing anybody for this. It's part of the plan and it's the way it's set up, bringing in a lot of people at that $5 level. That $5 level doesn't create enough free entries. It only creates one free entry and it uses two, puts us in the hole right off the bat. And so we're going to change a little bit about the way that you can bring people in. And we are going to make sure that you have the opportunity to bring the people in that you refer, because at the moment, if we run out of people and you bring somebody in while you're getting organized to get them into a position, they could randomly be just plucked away from you and placed into a free entry spot. And that's not what you want. It's not what we want to do to you either. Okay. So we need to address that situation as well. Let me just have a look at my notes here. Yeah. Okay. So, number one, when you refer somebody, they will remain with you for 7 days. We have the 7-7-7 plan, so let's operate on sevens. You refer somebody, you have 7 days to get them upgraded in some way so that they fall into your organization in the 777 plan on your first level. Now, the 777 plan is unique. It is revolutionary. It is radical. When you think about the 777 plan, you've got to really forget about everything that you thought you knew about how plans work online. You've got to forget about building your own network. You've got to forget about developing a matrix or something similar, because it doesn't apply. What we have is a pool of people. Everybody that comes into a pool of people. Now you have the opportunity in the first 7 days to, before they get into that pool, to add them into your first level. But if they don't get into your first level, it doesn't really matter. And that is where we differ from every other plan out there, because you will get somebody else in your first level, even if they're not. It will continue to grow. It will always expand, and it will be bringing more and more people into your level 1. And when those people, through the system or through their own efforts or whatever, follow you through into phase 2, they will become as your personal referrals. So it's not about going out there and getting as many people as you can for you. It's about putting as many people as you can in the pool so that everybody comes through quickly. It's far better to have the people that you have in your level, and they'll keep growing anyway through the pass-up system, flourishing and getting through and following you into the next phase, because phase 1 is the engine, it's the fuel. It's not going to make you much money as a phase. But you get into phase 2 and there is unlimited potential there. Phase 3, unlimited potential. And each phase is double the value, and the people that follow you through are 3 times as powerful. So it's like a 6 times improvement every time somebody follows you into another phase. And they're not going to follow you through if we don't have people in that pool. So you've got to change your thinking. It's not about how many people can I get into my business, it's how many people can we get in that pool so that everybody moves through quickly. So what we're doing, as I say, if you want to build your own levels, that's great. Level 1 will build anyway, and it'll put more people than you need into phase 2 and phase 3 and phase 4 progressively as your own personal referrals. So when you refer somebody, if they don't become a part of the 777 plan in that first 7 days, they will be eligible to be in the pool and placed somewhere. It doesn't really matter where. It just means that everything is moving much faster because they've been placed in somebody's position. It could be somebody that is in your first level. It could be somebody that you've got no connection with. It doesn't really matter because it's all swings and roundabouts. Your people are going to get people out of the pool. And when they do, they're going to pass them up to you and you're going to have an extra person. So it's totally, totally, totally different than anything else out there. It is radical. And you've got to change your mindset. But if you're putting people in the pool, what we're going to do as well is when they become allocated to anybody, doesn't matter who, doesn't matter where, if you referred them, you're going to get $1 into your available cash wallet. So any of your referrals that are there, once they get positioned in the 777 plan, no matter where they go, you will get $1 for having referred them. Of course, everybody that comes up to you through pass-ups through the pool, allocating people, you will earn the full 80% commission on. So in phase 1, it's $4, but that is limited to a small number of positions in phase 1 because we've got to put those entries back in the pool. We don't want to just keep pulling out. We've got to keep putting them in. We want more entries in the pool than we've got people so that it moves really fast. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. You're going to get $1 for everybody that you refer that gets placed in the 777 plan through the pool, through a pool allocation. If you get them to upgrade or upgrade them yourself, then you don't get that $1. It's only when they're placed through a pool allocation. So that is something that we're bringing in to help you generate a bit more money, a bit more quickly in the early stages. So you can bring people in and say, look, it's free. Don't matter if you don't want to pay anything to upgrade. It's no problem. Get in. You'll get into the pool in 7 days. You'll be pretty quickly placed into the plan anyway, and it'll cost you nothing. You'll be able to go out with that attitude. You'll be able to help people in that way. And as soon as they get placed in, you've got $1 for it anyway. Okay. So that is one change we're making. One big change, and one that a lot of people are not going to really understand initially, is that if you refer people and they want to upgrade in that 7 days before they get into the pool, they cannot buy position 1 on its own. They cannot buy position 1 and 2 on their own. they have to buy positions 1, 2, and 3. $35. So if somebody comes in and wants to get started straight away, they can't do it for $5. They've got to do it for $35. Still a remarkably low cost program compared to many, many programs out there. And it's going to benefit them, it's going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit the system. It's going to benefit you because instead of making $4 potentially maximum on phase 1, and maybe nothing once you've got past those first initial positions, you're going to get paid for phase 2 and phase 3. You're going to get $4 for phase 2, no, $8, $4 or $8, depends on whether you're power of 1 qualified. Let's take the lower amount, $4 on phase 2 and $8 on phase 3. So everybody you bring in, you're going to make $12 on, instead of potentially nothing if they come in at just the $5 level. They are also going to have that same advantage of making that when they bring people in. And of course, the first person that you bring in at the same level as you, so if you bring somebody in at phase 1, 2, and 3, you will be paid 100% of the cost of phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So your $35, you refer one person and you've got it back anyway, you're breaking even. Everybody really should go out and refer one person at least. 2, ideally, more, better still. But 1 makes a huge difference in their income and the speed of attaining it. But it will be for 3 phases. The only way that people can come in at just phase 1 is through the pool. So if they don't want to pay the $35, they can sit back, wait. In 7 days, they'll be in the pool and they will be eligible to be picked out of the pool at random and placed into a position where they will be paid in totally free of charge into phase 1, which would have cost $5 of the $35 that people have to pay or will have to pay as soon as we get that change made. I'm hoping it's going to be made tomorrow. The other thing about phase 3 is once you've got 3 people in phase 3, you've created 7 free entries. You're putting cash into the bank for those free entries, and the people that aren't upgrading are going into the pool. So there'll be more people that won't upgrade because, yeah, I'll have a go at it for $5. Whereas if they've got to think about $35, they would go, well, I'm not sure, you know. Now, at any time, they can upgrade if they've not come out of the pool, and they will still go into your level. But if they're in the pool, the chances are they're going to be snapped up pretty quickly. Okay, so that is the second change that we're making. The third change that we're making, I was talking about making it 72 hours. Somebody suggested 7 days, and we're going with the 7 days. So when you get a free entry, you will have up to 7 days to put somebody in there. Now, when you get a free entry, you want to get somebody in there as quickly as possible because you're going to have another free entry coming up, and it's going to be 30 days from the time that that first free entry is activated. And if you just wait and wait and wait and wait and don't activate it, and it gets activated by somebody coming out of the pool, it's going to be 8 days or 9 days or 10 days maybe before it gets activated. And your next entry is going to be 30 days after that. So ideally, what you want to do is as soon as you get a free entry, you want to say, okay, let's get somebody in there. Bang. I'll get my next free entry now in just 30 days. I don't have to be waiting 30 days plus. So that is the second change we're making. That will give people more time to find somebody, but it will also hopefully increase the urgency of getting that position activated and get more people to bring in their family, their friends. That's what we're about. We're about sharing love and abundance. We Share Abundance is the name of the site. And what better way than to help people at no cost to get into something that isn't going to make them a fortune overnight, but in 12 months' time, they'll be really, really, really over the moon that they had the opportunity to get involved. In fact, they're going to be over the moon in 6 months, but they're going to be flying all around the galaxy, if you like, in 12 months. Okay. So that will be changed to 7 days. So there will be a longer period for people to be able to find somebody and get them into that position. I see we've Steve's letting me know it's Canterbury. I think I said Canterbury, but I'm not sure. Did the spreadsheet get updated yet from Tony Laycock? Don't know where Tony's from, but no, it hasn't, because we're still working on things. I've got a feeling Tony is from the UK. Sheffield, maybe Sheffield, somewhere around there, I think. Okay. Walter, how will you get 100% commission in phase 1 if you have recruited more than 8 people, meaning you will get only $30 when you pay someone into level 3? If you pay somebody into level 3, you will get 100%. If it's your first person, Walter, they go into position 1. If they go into position 1, you will get 100% of the cost of phase 1, which is $5. You got your calculator, put $5 in, then click the plus sign. They will also go into your position 1 in phase 2, and you're going to get $10 for that. So put $10 in your calculator and click the plus sign. Then they're going to go into your position 1 in phase 3, and you're going to get $20 for that. So put $20 in your calculator and click equals, and you'll find it comes to $35. That is the $35 that you spent paying them in. Now, if you pay them in and it's in position 2, you're not going to get anything back for it. If you pay them in and you put them in position 3, you're not going to directly get anything back for it, because there is no commission paid on phase 3, but you're going to get pass ups from phase 3. So a week or so later, you're going to get not the 100%, but the 80% of the fee. So instead of getting $35 for that person, once you get the pass ups from them, you're going to get $28, isn't it? Okay. If you put them into position 4, you're going to get nothing. They're going to be passed up. Position 5 onwards, you're going to get $28, $28, $28. So it's going to cost you a net $7. But every time you get a pass up, you're going to get another $28 and another $28. You're not going to be working on just those small commissions in phase 1, and ultimately no commission in phase 1, and hoping that people follow you through into phase 2. Not hoping, knowing that they will, just hoping they do it quickly. And the changes we're making is going to help us make sure that it does happen quickly. Tony says, yeah, Sheffield. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought, I don't know. Anyway, so that is another change that we're making. What changes have we covered so far? Only available to buy in at level 3 or above. Of course, you've got to be in 1 and 2 as well as level 3. 7 days, not 24 hours, to put people into the free entry box. 7 days to get somebody upgraded before they go into the pool. And getting $1 for everybody that you refer that is positioned through the pool. So those are 4 changes, none of them too drastic. Some people will see the $35 change as a wonderful opportunity. Some people will say, oh, $5. You know, many years ago, I used to sell insurance knocking on doors. And when I joined this brokerage, I wasn't with them for that long, but I became one of the top salesmen in there. And after I'd been there for, I don't know, a month maybe, they stopped dealing with the main insurance company that we'd been dealing with, where we were selling policies that could start at about £5 per month. This is going back to the early 1970s, something, you know. And they went with another company. Principally, we were selling for that the minimum policy value was $20 per month. Most of the sales force we had in that brokerage said, oh, we can't sell that. We've been struggling to sell $5 policies, and now you've made it $20. Nobody's going to buy the $20 policy. And so about 90% of the sales force left. But they brought in new salesmen and they said, this is what we do. This is how we do it. The minimum policy is $20. So they didn't have this preconception of a $5 policy. They only had this idea of a $20 policy. And so when they went out and sold, they didn't have this blockage, if you like, that people would only pay $5. They went out and said, well, it's a $20 policy, and it's the presentation was following the lines, and it said, you know, this is how it works, and this is what you pay, and this is what you get back for it, and it's amazing. And so the sales for everybody went up, and the commissions for everybody went up. But the people that left were out there looking around for some other company that they could sell a $5 policy for. Attitude, that's all it is. It's not anything to do with the cost. It's what you get for it. It's the value. It's how you put over the value to people. You can go into a home and you can say, I've got a vacuum cleaner that cleans your carpet for you, and it's £50 and it's great. And they go, okay, I don't really want it because I've got a brush and shovel and that's now, and off you go. But you can go into the home and you can talk about the benefits of the vacuum cleaner and how it prolongs the life of the carpet and how it changes things and how it saves you time and energy, and what you can do with that spare time and the money that you're saving on replacing the carpets, and all, you know, you can talk about the value of it rather than what it is. And they say, yeah, okay, that sounds good. Boom, you've got a sale. You've got to sell the value. not the price. The price doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is you're selling, and it doesn't matter what price. After I sold insurance, I went to Rank Xerox, and I was selling word processors. This is in the days long before we had computers. Computers were still things that had big reels on. You've seen in the old science fiction films of lots of tape reels and things in rooms, huge, great big things. And they were still in that stage when I was selling word processing. And it was part of a division that also sold facsimile machines, and they weren't the faxes that you probably know. You probably never even seen one of these old ones. They weren't. You put a paper in and it, you know, a letter in, and it copied, and within seconds it was down that somebody else's printer, and it was out there, and they'd got a copy of it. No, it was special paper. It was on a roll, and you fed the document in, and it would etch lots of little lines, and it took probably 5 or 8 minutes to send an A4 document, you know, a sort of letter-sized document. And it was a roll that was going round, a bit like a really old-fashioned record player before they had flat records. They used to have them on cylinders as well, and it was a cylinder effect, and these machines, I can't remember what they were selling for, but I think it was probably about £800, which was a lot of money. But when people needed to send documents and it was quicker than the post, then they'd pay it. But we had a client that got really uppity, and they wanted no, it wasn't a refund. I can't remember exactly how it happened. It wasn't one of my clients, but there was something to do with the landed cost of the machine coming in, being paid to the guy. And the landed cost of the machine was about £30 when people were paying 800 for them. Huge profits, which is why we got huge commissions and why Rank Xerox made huge profits. But people were happy that bought the machine because it did what they wanted, and it was worth it to them to pay the £800. They didn't know that the machine only cost 25 or 30 quid or whatever it was, and was made in China or somewhere. A bit like the iPhone. I believe the iPhone is knocked out at around about £25 or $25, and they sell them for $800 or $1,000. It's not about that. It's about what value is it to the person that is buying it, and that's what you've got to be thinking about. So when somebody comes in and they get those first 3 levels, it means they're not going to get any pass-throughs on those 3 levels. They're better getting 4, 5, 6, or 7 levels, in honesty, but we've kept it at 3 to keep it down to a low entry cost. It's a one-time $35. That's it. Now, if they don't want to pay that, yeah, we'll put them in for nothing, but they'll have to wait until the system picks them out of the pool. Okay. So I hope that's answered your question about the 100% anyway, Walter. When is this change taking effect? We're going to be programming it tomorrow, I think. Kind of repeat changes. Number 2 again. I can't remember which order I gave them to you, but I will be sending out a message tomorrow, which will be in your inbox. But essentially, the changes are this. 1, when you refer somebody, you've got 7 days to upgrade them or they go in the pool. 2, if they go in the pool, once they get allocated to somebody, you're going to get $1 for having referred them, which at the moment you get nothing for. 3, when there is a free entry available, you're going to get 7 days instead of 24 hours to find somebody to put in there. And 4, if people want to pay for the upgrade, they've got to buy phases 1, 2, and 3. If they don't want to do that, that's fine. They can go in the pool and we'll get them a free position in time. We can't tell how long, but it's probably going to be fairly quickly because we're going to be using up people out of the pool as fast as we can put them in. Okay, so those are the 4 things. I don't know what you got them in, but those are the 4 changes. We will be programming them, I think, tomorrow. We should get it done tomorrow. There will be a message in your inbox tomorrow explaining that. Okay, I don't know how many people we have in the program at the moment. We are going to be adding it into the dashboard, and I don't know whether it's there yet. I know Deviani was working on it amongst other things. Let me just log in and see if it comes up. But there will be changes that you can see now in your dashboard and your levels. It'll tell you where people have come from if they are not direct referrals by you. If they're direct referrals by you, there won't be any documentation there. So if it's got a blank in the details place, it means you referred them directly into your organization. Okay. No, it's not in there yet, the total number. So I don't know what the total is now of people that we've got in the plan. But it will be coming in probably tomorrow. When you get into your dashboard at the top, there will be, it'll show you how many members we've got in the 777 plan. The number I was given, I think it was yesterday, was 5,707 or something like that. I've no idea what it is now. Okay. No, whatever you're in now is fine. You're just in whatever you're in. It's always advisable to buy more phases as and when you can afford them. But no, there is no obligation to buy anything. Once somebody has been allocated as well from the pool and they're in and they've got that free position and they're in phase 1, they would be well advised to get phase 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and whatever as quickly as they can. Once you're in the plan, you can buy whatever you want at whatever time, but you can only have 1 position in each phase. So, but if you're in just position 1, that's fine. You can stay there until the plan upgrades if you want. If you're in position 1 and 2, phase 1 and 2, you can stay there, or you can get into phase 3. If you're bringing people in and they're upgrading, they're going to upgrade into phase 3. If you're not in phase 3, you're going to lose them from after phase 2. But you don't have to do anything about it. Okay. Does this change when a new member will receive his first person from the system? Where's that gone? Facebook just moved things. Does this change when a new member will receive his first person from the system? Is it still 1 week from when you sign up? Yeah, it's 1 week from when you are into the system. You become eligible for that first free entry. Then you have, instead of 24 hours, you've got 7 days to put somebody in. But once again, I'll repeat, the idea is get somebody in as quickly as possible, because you're only going to be slowing down your second free entry if you don't. Okay. Peter, in practical terms, ask your sponsor what phase they are in and do not buy phases above them, only fair to your sponsor. Yeah, if you can contact your sponsor, there may not be an easy way to contact your sponsor. But everybody should know they need to get into as many phases as they can, as quickly as they can. My sponsor is Graham. I thought loud, so no problem there. Okay. Okay, Tony. It is in my name, but I am not really a sponsor. The system, the We Share Abundance is your sponsor. It's an admin account. No commissions get paid to that account. They get put into an account, but they're not withdrawable commissions. They can only be used within the system for the benefit of members. Okay. Right. Let's see if we've got any more questions and things in the app. I did mention that yesterday it wasn't working. It wasn't my fault for once. It was it was something to do with the API being changed in YouTube, but it is working now. Maybe it's not a bad idea to extend the 24-hour period to 36 hours or 48 hours. The 24-hour period is extended to 7 days. We've got Andrew in from New Zealand. Hi there, Andrew. Colin in South Africa says, I remember working with Telex and the tape you fed into the whole reader. Yeah. Yeah, the old, did we call them ticker tapes? I think we called them ticker tapes, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I remember them as well. Okay, there's no questions in there. That pretty much is your updates. We will get those done, hopefully tomorrow, completed. We'll be pretty much done with the 777 plan, organization-wise and modifications-wise. Does it mean it will never change? No, not necessarily. We will have to monitor the results and see. We need bodies into that pool. That's the essence of the thing. I'm pretty sure that we can handle the financial side of things, but we need people. People is the important thing, and there's no reason why people won't join totally free. They've got nothing to lose, and you will gain at least $1 from them. And if they join in your first level, then there will be a new pay line for you. And even if they don't join in your first level or somewhere else, there's a good chance that somewhere along the line, it's going to be of benefit to you, because you're going to get people passed up. It's going to mean your people are going to get people passed up, and their people are going to get people passed up, and it's all going to move the whole thing through quickly. What you need is not to build a lot of pay lines. It's to have people following you through from those pay lines. The pay lines are important. They make you a lot of money, but they'll happen automatically once you get into phase 2 and phase 3, and those pay lines are going to expand. The number of pay lines you have is going to grow colossally. So you don't need to worry about that. What you need to think about is, how can I get people into the pool? How can I get people into the pool? The more people into the pool, the more quickly everything works for everyone. The rest of it is there. It's very simple, but we have to attract people into that pool. And it's not hard to get people. I think I've had about 5 or 6 notifications today of people that have joined using the Frami link. Once again, they go straight in the pool, because I'm not paying anybody into anything, because we're admin. Okay, we did 3 demo accounts that we've paid in, which are on TikTok. Also, that demo account 4 video is on TikTok today. Not too exciting, but we've got to get people used to the idea that it's not exciting at the beginning, particularly if you're passive. If you're active, then yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. But if you're passive, it's not too exciting because you're waiting and then something happens and then you've got a long wait again. And it's not that long, really, but it seems long because people want it now, don't they? We live in this now society. Okay. Right. I can't see any more questions. I think we're done. So that's it. There will be a message in your inbox, but I wanted to give it to you guys today. You deserve it because you're here. You're the first to hear about it. We did talk about it generally yesterday, but I needed time to really, really think about it and see how it would affect and run some projections and things. And I think it'll do the trick. But if it doesn't, we'll keep working. We'll keep making whatever modifications they are that are required, and we'll do whatever is necessary to make the thing run as smoothly as it possibly can. That's it from me. God bless you all. I'll be here same time, same place tomorrow, 7 p.m. London time, YouTube, Twitch, X, Facebook group, We Share Abundance updates. Until then, God bless you all. Get out there. Be Weezer Warriors. Share love and abundance. Let people know that they can come in for free and make a lot of money. As we get people actually getting paid out, I mean, we've had some people that are getting paid now, but as we start getting more and more people out and we start getting a few testimonials in, people will be saying, yeah, okay, it works. People are getting paid. People will be flocking to you to refer them. A lot of people won't flinch at $35 because most plans are more than that. Okay, there are a lot of plans knocking around now at $5 and $2 and $1 and things, but the majority of sustainable plans, people are looking at a lot more than that. They're looking at minimum of $50 and quite often hundreds of dollars to get involved in them. So $35 is neither here nor there. A lot of people will say, okay, $35, yeah, boom, I'm in. 3 phases, great. How much is the other phase? Oh, yeah, go on, I'll go for that as well. It'll get me an extra free entry. You know, it's going to happen. So get out there, be Weezer Warriors, share love and abundance, go the extra mile, and I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator, always wear a smile. See you later, alligator, go the